I call this meeting of Budget and Finance to order. Thank you all so much. Hannah, could you please call roll?
Councilmember Toombs, Allen, Benedict, Druffel, Glover, Mendez, Porterfield, Roten, Sledge, Suara, Syracuse, Vercher, Young. You have a quorum. Yeah. You have a quorum.
Thank you so much. We have a quorum. We will go ahead and proceed with the agenda. Today, the items that are on the consent agenda are RS 2021-1012, RS 2021-1013, RS 2021-1014, RS 2021-1016, RS 2021-1017, RS 2021-1018, RS 2021-1019, RS 2021-1020, RS 2021-1021, RS 2021-1022.
21, I think. No, go ahead.
1021 is bumped up, my apologies. RS 2021-1023, RS 2021-1024, RS 2021-1025, RS 2021-1028, RS 2021-1029, RS 2021-1031, and BL 2021-782. Before I read the captions for those items, is there anything that anyone would like bumped? And you'll have the opportunity again after I read the captions. Seeing no one, I'll go ahead and start reading the captions. Resolution RS 2021-1012, Porterfield Welsh, Hancock and Soror approves a grant from the Tennessee Administrative Office to the courts to Metro government for the interpretation translation services for court hearings which involve parties with limited English proficiency in Davidson County trial courts. RS 2021-1013, Porterfield Welsh Soror approves an amendment to a community corrections and substance abuse grant from the Tennessee Department of Correction to the Metro State Trial Courts to divert eligible offenders from the Tennessee prison system by providing community supervision and treatment services. RS 2021-1014, Porterfield Welsh Hancock and Soror approves a grant from the Tennessee Administrative Office of the Courts to the Davidson County Juvenile Court for the interpreter translation services for parties with limited English proficiencies. RS 2021-1016, Soror and Porterfield authorizes the mayor to submit a substantial amendment for and the 2021-2022 annual update to the 2018-2023 Consolidated Plan for Housing and Community Development to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. RS 2021-1017, Porterfield, Rutherford, and Welsh approves the Benefit Board's waiver of repayment of pension benefit overpayments for pensioners. RS 2021-1018, Porterfield and Gamble approves an interlocal agreement between the Emergency Communications District and Metro Government for services and reimbursement of costs pertaining to enhanced 911 services. RS 2021-1019, Porterfield and Gamble approves a grant from the Nashville Prevention Partnership to the Metro Nashville Beer Permit Board to administer programs and activities to support adherence to the enforcement of underage drinking laws. RS 2021-1020, Taylor, Porterfield, Van Reese, Murphy, Welsh, and Hancock approves a grant from the Metro Historical Commission Foundation to the Metro Historical Commission to assess the historic concrete structures in Centennial Park. RS 2021-1022, Porterfield and Welsh approves an amendment to a grant from the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency to the Metro Department of Finance to provide public assistance pursuant to the Presidential Disaster Declaration for costs incurred for severe storms, tornadoes, straight-line winds, and flooding on March 3rd, 2020. RS 1021-1023, Porterfield, Taylor, Welsh, and Sorora, approves a grant from the United Way of Middle Tennessee to the Metro Action Commission to provide employment and/or training-related services to active supplemental nutrition assistance program recipients. RS 2021-1024, Porterfield, Van Reese, Welsh, and Taylor, approves a grant from the Tennessee Arts Commission to the Metro Arts Commission for funding to nonprofit organizations to nurture artists, art organizations, and art supporters in Davidson County. RS 2021-1025, Porterfield and Van Reese, approves a grant from the National Coalition for Arts Preparedness and Emergency Response to the Metro Arts Commission for training and travel expenses for virtual and in-person meetings for attendees of the NCAPERS Crisis Analysis and Mitigation Coach Training Pilot Program. RS 2021-1028, Porterfield, authorizes the Metro Department of Law to compromise and settle the personal injury claim of Devin Carter against Metro government for the amount of $7,500. RS 2021-1029, Porterfield, authorizes the Metro Department of Law to compromise and settle the personal injury claim of Jean Torchon against Metro government for the amount of $80,000. RS 2021-1031, Porterfield, authorizes the Metro Department of Law to compromise and settle the property damage claim of Robert Harwell against Metro government for the amount of $20,733.59. And BL, on second reading, BL 2021-782, Toombs, Taylor, Sledge, Hurt, Welsh, O'Connell, and Porterfield, repeals Metro laws pertaining to the assessment and collection of probation supervision fees. Is there anything else that anyone would like to pull from the consent agenda? Councilmember Allen, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. RS 2021-1017. I just have a question to ask.
Thank you. Is there anything else that needs to come off the consent agenda? Councilmember Sora?
Thank you, Chair. 1017, please.
It's pulled. Thank you, ma'am. Is there anything else that needs to come off the consent agenda? And with that, can I get a motion, please? Thank you. It's been moved and properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, the consent agenda passes. What was the number? 8 in favor, 0 against. And now we'll move on to RS 2021-1017, Porterfield, Rutherford, Welsh, approves the benefit board's waiver of repayment of pension benefit overpayments for pensioners. Can I get a motion? It's been moved and properly seconded. Do we have any questions? Councilmember Allen, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think this is the appropriate response. I mean, we can't take money back from people when they've incorporated and lived off of it. But I'm just wondering, is there any kind of retraining or some kind of consequence for the employees that were connected with the error?
That is an excellent question. Do we have someone, looks like Ms. Hall in the back? You are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Can you guys hear me okay? Councilmember Allen, so the Metro Code really outlines in tremendous detail very complex provisions related to all kinds of pension calculations. In this particular case, there is a nuance for a calculation on a survivor pension benefit, which is not the primary pension calculation, but the survivor calculation. And in this particular case, there are, and it's one tiny nuance in a provision between a section with regard to the survivor benefit of an active employee and that of a deferred vested. So people can earn service credit and be vested and walk away from the Metropolitan government, and before their pensions commenced, something happens to them and their legal spouse or dependent child, depending on the case, can come forward and have that pension calculated. The nuance in this calculation, for active employees, it allows you to pick 25% of the final average earnings, which is different than how you would calculate pensions versus option A, which is a whole different pension calculation. And usually you had the option. For deferred vesteds, that particular section is not an option. It is just option A. So it's one of these really strange nuance things that for the majority of our 50 years has been done correctly, but we think there was just a modification in our system that didn't catch it. So this kind of check and balance kind of went out of place in 2018. So it's a very small group. We are required by law when we find an error, we have to correct it. So we've corrected going forward. But as a result, some of these people have been overpaid. And then there is one section in the code that for certain circumstances, if you meet all 4 of the criteria, we can help these pensioners ask that that pension overpayment be waived, because it requires us to go back 12 months from the date of the error to collect the overpayment. If there was an underpayment in the reverse, they could come back 6 years on us, right? And we would pay them the difference. But in this particular case, having helped to manage this in the past and knowing that nuance of that language, there was definitely retraining efforts, but this was an honest error that could have easily happened, and I understood how it could happen. So there wasn't discipline, but retraining for the entire staff, everybody, I doubt that this will ever happen again. But I'm also grateful that our staff took the due diligence for all 11 people. We were able to prove 3 of the 4 criteria. We worked directly with the members so that they could submit that this would deprive them of ordinary and necessary living expenses in order to qualify the 4th, and all 11 qualified. So I don't expect this to ever happen again. When you look at the nuances of the code language for calculating pensions, it's really complicated. So I totally understand. It's been done correctly for decades, and this was just a nuance. And I'm glad we caught it, and I'm glad that it's just this amount. And the pension overpayment will be that waiver will be borne by the pension fund, not by the operating budget. I hope that answers. I gave you more probably than what you wanted, but okay.
Councilmember Allen, did you have a follow-up question? Thank you. Are there any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? 9 in favor, 0 against. Motion approved. The next item is RS 2021-1021, Porterfield and Soror, approves a direct appropriation grant from the state of Tennessee in the amount of $5 million. Can I get a motion? Thank you. It's been moved and properly seconded. Councilmember Mendez, you are recognized.
Thanks, Vice Chair. I just want to make sure that this resolution takes the money in, but it doesn't disperse it, and it requires further resolution before any of the money is dispersed. Is that right?
That is correct. This is accepting the grant for the state, but we will still have to apply to get the funds, and it will have to come back before council with a spending plan prior to the funds being spent. And Mary Jo Wiggins is giving a head nod that that's correct.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Do we have any other questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. Motion carries 9 in favor, 0 against. The next item is RS 2021-1026 Porterfield, approves the terms of a cooperative purchasing master agreement for auctioneer services and related products. Can I get a motion? And a second? It's been moved and properly seconded. Do we have any questions? Councilmember Allen, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I know right now I can go on the website and see what's up for eBid. Will that still be a function of the new system that we're going to?
And I will defer that question to Mary Jo Wiggins as soon as I figure out which button is hers. Oh, never mind. I have someone in the back. Come on up.
Thank you. I'm Velvet Hunter with the Department of General Services. I can take that one. Yes, you will be able to see all the items. The way it looks when you go out to this site, there are about 12,000 other governmental entities on this GovDeals platform. So if you want to buy a chair, you can search for chair. You could narrow it down just to Metro Nashville, or you could look at all the available chairs in a certain area. But it'll still look the same that way.
That seems to satisfy the question of Councilmember Allen. Do we have any additional questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. All right, 9 in favor, 0 against, and I'm assuming that no one is abstaining on any of these votes. RS 2021-1027, Porterfield and Gamble approves a contract between the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services and the Metro Nashville Fire Department to pay Metro government for emergency transportation services. Can I get a motion? Thank you. It's been moved and properly seconded. Do we have any questions? So for the sake of clarity, so that everyone's operating for the same information, this particular contract, the state pays for the ambulance services using the Medicare Part B fee schedule, and if it's not covered under their that schedule, then the lowest negotiated rate not to exceed $1,200 per trip for emergency ambulance services and $624 per trip for non-emergency transportation. So this agreement simply allows the state to continue to pay Metro for the services that are provided. So I know there's been a lot of conversation within our budget cycle about our co-response program and just making sure that everyone had that information about how those transportation services are being funded. And if there are no other questions, we'll go ahead and call for the vote. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? 9 in favor, 0 against, 0 abstentions. RS 2021-1030, Nash Allen approves a solid waste regional plan for Davidson County, Tennessee. Can I get a motion? Can I get a second? It's been moved and properly seconded. Councilmember Mendez, you're recognized.
Thanks. First, I want to start by saying I'm glad we have this plan, but it's sort of a big deal. The analysis says it's 494 pages. It's going to take 20 to 30 years to implement, and there's it includes a recommendation for a save-as-you-throw collection approach. Presumably, it makes a big financial impact on the city. It talks in the analysis about the plan having 3 different scenarios: conservative, moderate, and aggressive. And so I feel like my questions range from starting with, so once we adopt this, I assume, even though other people drafted it and presented it, it's the council's plan after it's approved, right?
Would someone from Public Works?
No. I want to refer legal counsel, please, to tell me that.
Okay. Oh,
It's the Metropolitan government's plan.
All right. So my point, I guess, is as we roll forward, it's the council-approved plan, and for 20 to 30 years, departments who are implementing this are going to be saying, well, the council approved it, right?
I can't speak for the departments, but right, it will have been approved by the council.
Yeah. Who's going to make the decision going forward about whether the conservative, moderate, or aggressive scenarios are played out?
So it'll depend on how the phasings are presented and whether, if it needs council approval, then it would be the council approving the elements, but not every element would need to come to council.
So, thanks. I mean, Vice Chair, my view is I think this is very important that we pass the plan, but considering this is going to be the council-approved plan for decades to come, I feel like, at least speaking for myself, I need to know more about what's in the council's plan that we're approving, and I would appreciate it, and I know there's another committee that is going to consider this. I'd appreciate it if we could consider having a specially called meeting of the two committees to hear more about what it is that we're approving. And I don't know whether there's a time urgency or there's a reason why we have to do it now. But I just feel like this is such a big deal for where we're headed that we need to, I think, do more than say, hey, it's a ream of paper, looks good, let's do it. So I guess I didn't pay attention to who the sponsor is, but I would request that we defer long enough to have a special meeting so we could learn more about this.
Councilmember Roten, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. And I don't really want to, I don't speak very much, but sometimes Bob has a good point, and this time Bob has a very good point. And so I'm going to agree with Bob. I think we need to take a step back and take a kind of a holistic look at this and actually have a special meeting and really dive into this and see what we need to do, what we don't need to do. And I'm agreeing with Bob is what I'm saying. So thank you, Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Councilmember Roten. Can we have someone, Sharon Smith or John Honeysucker, can you all let us know if there's any type of time constraint that we're facing?
So we are, and this is Sharon Smith, we are wanting to move this forward. There's not some sort of huge emergency. It's just an important step, and that's required by TCA that the plan be adopted by the local government elected officials. So I think it's a good idea to have a meeting, and we could arrange one probably relatively quickly that coincides with a good time for council.
Thank you so much. Councilmember Mendez, what would your deferral recommendation be for how many meetings? And you're recognized.
However long it takes to arrange to have a reasonably well-attended meeting. I mean, I would like to say one meeting, but that means, that pretty much locks us into, next week, Thursday or Wednesday or Tuesday to have the meeting, and that's pretty short notice. So Councilmember Allen and I suggest 2 meetings.
Duly noted. Councilmember Nash, would you like to speak? I believe I saw your hand up. Oh, okay. Councilmember Roten, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. He just walked in at the right time. Since we're about to have a meeting about that in Public Works, and since he's in the room, just to let him know that we're talking about having a big meeting about the solid waste plan, and just to let him know that he'll be chairing that meeting. So,
That is an excellent idea, Councilmember Roten. So, Councilmember Nash, what we are proposing is possibly a 2-meeting deferral on RS 2021-1030, sponsored by Nash and Allen, which would approve the solid waste regional plan. We're discussing a possible 2-meeting deferral so that we can have a specially called joint meeting between Public Works and Budget. You are recognized, Councilmember Nash.
We certainly have no problem with that. I don't believe, speaking of a committee, as long as we're in the right timeline. We have been working with administration to arrange a special called Public Works Committee, just working on some dates. It looks like it's going to be August-y because we've got some people off on vacation. But that's not too far away. It's only July. I mean, do our best to fit it in there.
Councilmember Allen, you're recognized.
Thank you. I'm just asking then, a 2-meeting deferral would put us right at the very beginning of August. Would that, I'm not sure that would allow time for an August special meeting to get the information. So do we need a 3-meeting deferral, I think is what I'm. Okay. That works. It's very early August. And I would also suggest that everyone go to if you Google solid waste master plan, you can at least read the executive summary. You don't have to read all 420 pages and see what the bulk of that is. And I would recommend folks reading that before our special meeting so we'll get more out of it. So did we decide 2 meetings would do it, or do we need to change?
Your first August meeting is August 3rd, so if we could do it August 2nd, would that?
That's not much time to digest information. That's the Monday before, which is when the budget committee meets. That might be, let's do 3 meetings.
Mr. Jamison, would you like to be recognized on the mic? Because I don't think everyone could hear.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. We've been working with Chairman Nash and working through various vacation schedules. And we were looking at August, but perhaps the last week of July, the week of the 26th, we'll have everybody back and could have the combined special meeting then, and then be ready for the August 3rd meeting to keep you on a 2-meeting deferral track. But we're flexible.
Councilmember Mendez, you're recognized.
I guess my other request on this is, and prompted by Councilmember Allen's good suggestion that we can go read up on it. It does, and I'm sure this is planned, but it does feel like this is a big enough deal where some affirmative education efforts from the administration to us, rather than leaving us to our own devices and reading the summary, would be helpful when the time is right.
Thank you, Councilmember Mendez. And just for clarification, is there a motion on the floor? And if so, is that for a 2 or 3 meeting motion? Councilmember Roten, you're recognized.
3 meetings.
All right, so there was a motion for 3 meeting deferral. That was a second. Any questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. All right, the motion for a 3 meeting deferral passes, 9 in favor, 0 against, and our meeting is adjourned.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.